This is my social media strategy for the Troy Public Library located in Troy, New York. The Troy Public Library was established in 1887. It consists of the main library located in the downtown area of the city and two branches, one in North Troy and one on the western edge of the city. Troy has an approximate population of 50,000 people. 17.1% of those live below the poverty level, something we need to keep in mind when putting together a social media plan. We won't be including any Foursquare or QR codes, the thinking being that most people will not have smartphones, so they would not be able to participate. The mission statement for the Troy Public Library is that it exists to provide, facilitate, and advocate for open access to information for the citizens of Troy, to enrich their lives, and to support the educational, cultural, and economic vitality of the community. This was also kept in mind when formulating this plan. In formulating a social media plan for the Troy Public Library, I first met with Joy Shard, the library's business manager and creator of their website, Facebook page, and Twitter account. Our discussion centered mostly on the fact that the website seems to be underutilized as a means of learning about library programs and events. Less than 1% of registrants have indicated that they learned about a program through the website. The library's Facebook page has 4 administrators: the business manager, the branch manager, head of circulation, and head of adult services. The Facebook page has been used solely as a means of promoting library events and programs. It currently has 335 followers. Their Twitter account is also used solely as a means of promoting events and programs. Currently, only the business manager and the branch manager have access to the Twitter account. The library currently has a total of 14 followers. Their Flickr account is maintained solely by the business manager, with photos provided by staff of programs and events that have taken place at the library. In meeting with the business manager, it was determined that the primary goal of the social media strategy for the Troy Public Library would be to create a more dynamic relationship between the library and its users. We want to engage library users and non-users in conversations about the library, books, and information in general. We decided to set a few concrete goals that we felt would help us to direct our efforts in this area. These goals are to increase Facebook likes by 30%, to build Twitter followers to 100 and begin to see some retweeting done by these followers, and to increase program attendance by 20% and knowledge of programs through online sources to 10% of registrants. The library's current strength lies primarily in its website and secondly in its Facebook page. Therefore, it is recommended that the library use the website to drive more traffic to their Facebook page and create traffic to their Twitter account. The first step in accomplishing this goal is to move the buttons for these applications from the bottom of the page to the top, as shown in the figure to the right. The library currently has 30 public access computers within the library that all have the library's website set as their home page in the internet browser. By moving the buttons to the top of the page, it is believed that people will then use these buttons to gain direct access to these applications. Of course, the bonus for the library will be that this access will be directly through the library's pages, and the hope is that users will be more likely to notice the library's presence in these social media tools and take a few moments to hear what the library has to say. Additionally, it was decided that the library needed to advertise its presence on these social media tools in a more traditional manner, using bookmarks at the circulation desk and information desk, and on all materials created by the library, including the newsletter, welcome brochure, and program flyers. Facebook changes. It is recommended that the library begin an aggressive campaign to build followers on its Facebook page. In order to accomplish this goal, the library needs to move from a static relationship with its users, whereby they simply post status updates about programs and events, to a dynamic relationship that will engage its users in conversation. To make this work, it is necessary that the 4 administrators of this page have defined responsibilities and a scheduled timeline for post. Each administrator will be expected to post a weekly status update that is a conversation starter. An example is shown on this slide is to ask users what they like about the library, or to encourage them to invite their friends to like the library, or just to ask them simply what is a good book that they've read. Additionally, the staff of the Troy Room, the local history room, will be responsible for posting one interesting fact about the library or city each week. In keeping with the library's mission statement, the head of adult services and the branch manager will include status updates about activities going on in other community organizations within the city, as well as information about government activities that library users should be aware of. The library will work with local organizations to build a reciprocal relationship whereby they will be supported in a similar manner. The library's goal for their Twitter account is to expand its followers from 14 to 100 over the next 6 months. The strategy for this is very similar to the library's Facebook strategy. The account will be used to update followers about programs, inform them about interesting facts about the library and the city of Troy, and to engage them in discussion about books. The library has decided to attempt a Twitter book discussion group geared towards teens that will take place in conjunction with Teens Read Week, which runs from October 17th to the 23rd. The library will place a poll on their Facebook page allowing teens to vote for the book to be used in the discussion, similar to the one that's seen on this slide. Voting will be promoted through the school and school library. Once the votes are tallied, the library will make available to the teens the chosen book in a variety of formats. The discussion will be run as a tweet chat moderated by the teen librarian. All computer labs will be open at each location and reserved for the teens, allowing those who do not have access to this technology to participate in the program. The library's website is currently being hosted by WordPress, and for that reason, it is recommended that any additional blogs should also use WordPress. It is recommended that the library start 2 new blogs, one being an adult readers advisory page and a teen page. The teen blog would be more of a collaborative page with input from teens that are on the newly established Teen Advisory Board. In addition to offering readers advisory services, this blog would incorporate information about events and programs and general issues concerning teens. The inclusion of podcast book recommendations by teens would be an integral part of this blog. The teen librarian will be responsible for assigning and approving all posts as well as responding to comments. The Adult Services blog would focus mainly as a reader's advisory tool and would be updated weekly by the Adult Services staff. The responsibility for each week's post would rotate through the department, thereby spreading the workload and also incorporating different reading tastes into the blog. The head of Adult Services would be responsible for monitoring the blog for comments and either responding personally or ensuring that a staff member responds. It is the goal of the library to incorporate the use of Shelfari, a social media tool for readers, into the blog, allowing for more participation from users through reviews and ratings. A sample Shelfari page is shown on this slide. The strategy for the Troy Public Library is to focus on their strengths, their website and Facebook page, and grow from there. The most natural extension seems to be to become more involved using Twitter, and of course adding additional blog pages to the website. On a long-term basis, though, there are some additional strategies that the library would like to participate in. One is to expand its use of its Flickr account to include photos of their archived postcard and photograph collections. This would be accomplished by the Adult Services Department, which includes the staff of the Troy Room. A timeline for this project would be to begin in 9 months to a year. It is also proposed that the library look to create its own YouTube channel and begin to place educational videos that answer frequently asked questions into their account. Videos that explain how to create a Gmail account or how to attach a file to an email are examples. Library staff would be able to use these as tools when assisting patrons. Additionally, it is suggested that the library create videos of its own, such as how to request an item or how to download an audiobook. This project would also be a longer-term goal, starting in 6 to 9 months. Evaluation and supervision of this plan will be the responsibility of the 4 administrators under the library director's guidance. Evaluation will take place on a semi-monthly basis at regularly scheduled department heads meetings using Facebook Insights, Twitter followers, and program attendance as measures of success. Library staff will also use dashboard information from their WordPress website and from the additional pages to rate the success of these additions. The Flickr and YouTube accounts will be monitored for activity as well. The cost of this marketing program is limited to the cost of the employee's time spent while using these tools. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for taking the time to listen.